I'm Walter, registered veterinary technologist and worm compost enthusiast. Today I'm going to show you how to brew worm tea. But before we get into brewing worm tea, let's talk a little bit about what worm tea actually is. Worm tea is not for human consumption. Worm tea is an organic liquid fertilizer brewed from worm castings. This worm tea has tons of nutrients and microbes beneficial to plants' rooting systems. So now that we know a little bit about what worm tea actually is, let's take a look at some of the items we will need in order to start brewing our worm tea. First, you will need a container with a lid to brew your worm tea. In this case, I'm using an empty recycled water jug. You will need an aquarium air pump, aquarium air tubing long enough to reach the bottom of your container, an air stone to aerate your worm tea, a pair of scissors, a screw or sharp pointed object to puncture your container's lid, fishing line, unsulfured molasses to feed the microbes, a stocking cap, and fresh worm casting. Start out by removing the cap or lid from the container. You can sit your container to the side for now. Very carefully use the screw or sharp pointed object to puncture a hole in the lid. You may have to bore the hole out to allow the aquarium airline to fit through. Now, take your airline and insert it through the hole you created in the lid. Make sure you have enough airline to reach the bottom of the container and to connect to the air pump. Now you will need your aquarium air pump and aerator air stone. Attach your air stone to the end of the tubing that will be inserted into the container. Now connect the opposite end to the air pump airline outlet. Retrieve your scissors, fishing line, stocking cap, and fresh worm castings. Start by cutting enough fishing line to reach the bottom of your container. Once you've cut your fishing line, you're now ready to create your cast tea bag. You will need 3 tablespoons of cast per gallon container. Pack your cast inside of your stocking cap. Secure the tea bag by sealing a knot in the stocking cap. Make sure your tea bag will fit inside of your container. Take the fishing line you cut earlier and attach it to your tea bag. Make sure you secure the tea bag to prevent the tea bag from falling to the bottom of the container. Now, take your container over to a water source. Fill 3/4 of your container with warm water. Insert your tea bag halfway into your container. Secure the tea bag in place with the excessive fishing line by tying it to the neck of your container. Now you can secure your lid with your air stone and air pump to your container. Make sure you insert enough of the air tubing to allow the air stone to reach the bottom of your container. The air stone will aerate the water, providing oxygen for the living microbes brewing out of the cast tea bag into our soon-to-be nutrient-rich tea. Now that you provide oxygen for the living microorganisms, you'll need to provide some form of nutrition. Use 1 teaspoon of unsulfured molasses per gallon container. The warm water will help dilute the molasses, providing nutrient for the microbes brewing out into our tea. Now that we have our unit constructed, we can plug in our air pump and begin brewing our tea. You should allow the tea to brew for at least 24 hours, adding an additional teaspoon of molasses after 36 hours. Once the tea has brewed for 24 hours, it is now ready to use on your plants. It is imperative that you use your tea within 8 to 12 hours. The longer you allow your tea to sit without the proper nutrients and oxygenation, the more microbes that would die, causing your tea to lose potency of beneficial microbes. Well, that's all I have for you today. Hope you had as much fun brewing your tea as I did.